Record.
Well, hello everyone. Today I am going to talk about Twitterrific for Mac. What is Twitterrific? Well, first of all, I want to just start by talking about what Twitter in general is. Twitter is a social media platform that its claim to fame is you can send messages or tweets in this case in 280 characters or less, with the exception of direct messages. Those can be up to 10,000 characters. It is used by, well, practically everybody from individuals to organizations, government, sports teams, and it is a great way of sending out short messages to a mass amount of people, and they can get it, depending on their settings, instantaneously or later on. And so it is a great mass communication social media tool. Now, unlike Facebook, Twitter has a number of ways that you can access it through various clients, apps, whatnot, depending on which system you are using. Now, on Windows, you've got two popular ones for people using screen readers, TW Blue and Chicken Nugget. TW Blue is free and Chicken Nugget is not. But on the Mac, you also have some options as well. And the one that I'm going to show you, like I said, is called Twitterrific. That's Twitterific. You can find it in the Mac App Store. It is about $7.99, I think. And there may be other versions you can download from the website. I am not familiar with those, but we're going to show you the one from the Apple App Store. There is also an iPhone app, and it is the same company, but it's meant for the iPhone, not for the Mac. I do not know if the M1 Macs support crossover or not for this particular application. Now, a couple other things you do need to know. There are some other Twitter apps for the Mac. There is the main Twitter one, and I personally found it to be very cluttered and just not usable. I couldn't get half the buttons to work and whatnot. There's also another one called Night Owl, which I understand has a very similar layout to Twitterrific. So once you download Twitterrific, you are going to find it in your apps folder, and you just do Command O to open it. However, I have it on my dock because I use it all the time, and so I made sure it was permanently there.
Dock. Twitterrific. 20 of 30.
So since it's on my dock and I'm already there, I just have to hit enter.
Zoom us. Zoom Twitterrific. At iBugToday. Home. Window. Table. iPhone Life Magazine. How to cut, copy, and paste using Mac keyboard shortcuts. DLVR.IT/RRTHZD. 26 meters. 3. 0. Reading marker image. Author profile button. More actions button. Attached media image. Reply button. Quote button. Retweet button. Like button. Selected has keyboard.
Okay, so there's a lot of little things to unpack from that. First of all, it was telling me iBug Today, which is the Twitter account that I am on, Home, which is the buffer that I am on, and then it was reading the tweet and telling me the different options I can do with said tweet. Now, there are a number of ways to navigate this program. And by the way, I am using a MacBook 2019 with Big Sur, but I have not noticed any difference between using it with Big Sur versus Catalina. At least none are coming to my mind. So I'm assuming it'll work the same even if you have an older operating system. Now, if I want to get to the top of the screen here, and not the top of my tweet list, I'm going to do a VO home. Now, if I want to get to the top of my tweet list, I would actually do a command up arrow. So let's do our VO home.
Toolbar.
So now I'm at the toolbar, and I'm just going to VO right.
Account avatar button.
Account avatar, I guess if you have an account avatar, you can use that. I'm not familiar with what that is.
At iBug Today button.
At iBug Today, this is telling me the Twitter account that it is on.
Switch account button.
I can switch accounts. This is one of several different ways I can do that. And if I want to, I just do VO space.
Menu.
And then I can arrow down.
Checkmark at iBug Today.
So notice it said checkmark iBug Today. That tells you that this is the account, again, that it's pointed to.
At Herbie_610. At 986 Demix.
So as you can see, I have 3 different Twitter accounts in here.
Checkmark at iBug.
And it revolves back to iBug Today. And I can hit enter on the one that I want.
At Herbie_.
So I'm going to hit enter now on at Herbie_610. That, by the way, is my Twitter username if you want to follow me.
Switch account button. Table. Apple School. Selected.
And it automatically takes me into my Twitter timeline. Okay, I don't want that just
Account
yet.
avatar.
So let's go back to the top.
Toolbar. At Switch account. Home. Selected. Toggle button.
And then I just did my via right to get to where we left off. Home selected. So this tells me that it is the home tab, and selected means that is what it is pointed to. So you want to hear that word selected to know where you are at in terms of what you're going to see when you get to that table.
Mentions. Toggle button.
Mentioned. So if you are mentioned in a tweet, then this is where you can find that. And to mention somebody, you would do the @ sign and then their username / Twitter handle, however you want to think of it.
Messages. Toggle button.
The one thing I don't like, though, about this mentions thing is it doesn't show where you've mentioned people. It just shows where people have mentioned you.
Messages.
Messages. This is where you can view messages that you have sent or that people have sent you. These are direct messages, or DMs for short.
Likes. Toggle button.
Likes. This is how you can find tweets that you have liked. You can go to this category. And by the way, to switch to any of these categories, you just do VO space.
Lists. Toggle button.
Lists. So if you want to categorize people into different lists to find them easier, I personally don't do this, so I'm not really going to go into that, but that is something you can explore by yourself.
My tweets. Toggle button.
My tweets. Okay, this is something that is actually newer to Twitterific. I did not see this when I first got the app last year, but this is very useful because now you can see the tweets that you have sent. The one thing that I do find a bit cumbersome with this, though, is it is not very easy to delete a tweet, but I have had an easier time on other clients.
Searches. Toggle button.
Searches. This is a very useful function in Twitterific if you want to find somebody or find tweets. I do find this very accessible on here.
New tweet button.
New tweet. Okay, this is one way you can send a new tweet by VO spacing on this button.
793.
793. That tells you how often I access this particular Twitter account. But there's 793 unread tweets from the last time I was in here.
Unread counter. Image.
And then it's saying unread counter.
Table. Apple School. Today. Selected.
Okay. And now I am in the table.
Table. Apple School.
And if you hear that bunk, it means I'm at the very end. I can't go any further. So, I mentioned earlier that now I could get to the top of my actual tweet list, rather than just going to the top of the program itself. And I do this with Command Up.
Seattle Mariners. At Tatrum24 is answering your questions right now in our Number Baseball Bash Live Q&A over on our Instagram page. Backhand index finger point.
All right, and now I'm at the top of the tweet list, and if I'm not sure, I am hitting up arrow. It's not doing anything. So I'm going to go into more of the global commands here in a little bit. But first of all, if I'm unsure of what I want to do, I can interact with the tweet.
In table. Seattle Mariners. Selected.
Notice it says in table.
Row 1. TechCrunch. Seattle Mariners.
This is a bit
text.
confusing.
Link at Tatrum24.
But I can tab here. That won't do me any good.
Attached media. Image 8 meters.
But now I can VO right.
Quote button. Retweet button. 1. Requote button.
Okay, so quote, I'm just via writing here. So quote is if I want to add a comment, but before the people see the retweet.
Retweet button.
Retweet is without doing a comment.
1. Like button. Reply button. 9. 9. Reply 1. Retweet.
So what are these numbers
1.
here? Saying 1, then like, that's telling me one person's liked the tweet and 9 people have replied.
Out of Seattle.
Okay,
Row to cell 12.
now, another thing that you need to know with Twitterrific is that there is a difference between using your VO arrow keys and your actual arrow keys just by themselves, because they do completely different things. So VO left would take me back to that menu I was showing you earlier with the different tabs. So
Seattle Mariners. Out of table.
oh, I guess I'm still stuck in this.
1.
There we go.
Unread new search it. My tweets. Lists. Top my
There we
new
go.
unread 1. Unread counter. Image. 1. Table. Seattle Mariner.
Okay,
Selected.
there we go. It got me a little bit stuck there, so I had to uninteract again with VO Shift Up to get back to the main screen. But now, watch what happens if I do left arrow.
Navigation. Window. Table.
So this is a very nice feature because now I can actually see the thread or, any other tweets that are related to this tweet. Like some people have replied to it. So if I down arrow.
Seattle Mariners. At Tatram. Jason. Awesome to get to learn about our new outfielder. 21s. 0. 0. Author profile button. More actions button. At Mariners and at Seattle Mariners. Jason.
Also, I guess it's only 1 reply and 9 likes. Okay, they can make that a little bit less confusing. So, and then to get out of that,
Thread. Table. Jason. Awesome.
the easiest
back.
way I
Dim.
have found is to VO left
Mid close.
to get to the close button.
At Herbie _ Seattle
And now
Mariner.
I'm back to my main window. Okay. Now, what if I don't want to do all this interacting and blah, blah, blah? Well, I can use a number of hotkeys to make use of Twitterrific. So, to do this, first of all, if I know which window I want and I'm good at remembering some of this stuff, I can actually make use of command and numbers 1 through 5 to get to the various tabs. So if I do command 1,
Home.
that will put me on home. Command 2.
Mentions. Table. Armando. Selected.
And notice it does that clicking sound that tells me to switch tabs. Command 3.
Messages. Table.
Command 4.
Likes. Table. Lists. Empty. Table. Lists. Searches. Search tweets edit text. Blank.
So command 5 and command 6 seem to do the same thing, but command 7 took me to
Image. Search tweets edit text. Blank.
tweets. So there you go. You can, if you are good with that sort of thing, instead of having to do all the VO left arrowing, you can just do commands 1 through 7, and it'll tell you where it's putting you. Okay, I want to go
Home.
back home. No, I just decided that I actually don't want to be in this Twitter account anymore. I can actually switch accounts on the fly, but instead of using commands 1 through 7, in my case, I'm going to use option and then 1 through 3, because I only have 3 Twitter accounts. So if I do option 1,
At iBug Today. Table. iPhone. Selected.
it's taken me to iBug Today, and I'm just using Control the key to stop VoiceOver from talking. If I do option 3,
At 986 Demix. Table.
at
Selected.
986 the mix, that's my 3rd Twitter account.
At Herbie _ 610. Table.
Option
FBI.
2.
The number. Selected.
Takes me back to the account I was just at, and I want option 1.
At iBug Today. Table.
And
Selected.
how this works is it's based off of how you have the accounts organized, and you can move them up and down, and I will get to that when we go through preferences. Okay, so I'm going to go to the top of my list with Command Up.
9 to 5 toys. Score 2 dual outlet Maris HomeKit smart plugs for $26.
So as one of my duties, for those of you that don't know, I am the iBug Today Twitter master, so I retweet a lot of information from other sources, and actually I can do that on the go just with a simple Command E.
Retweet.
And what if I want to reply? I can do Command R.
Reply. Reply. Dialogue. Avatar. Button. Reply.
Yes,
Edit
so
text.
Command E for retweet, Command R for reply, Command W
Zoom us. Zoom meeting.
get out of the
Window.
window.
Twitterific.
Oh, that won't work.
At iBug today.
But
Home.
escape will. Now, Command W and Twitterific are very interesting, and I will get to that in a little bit. Okay.
iDownload blog. Apple is bringing iCloud keychain support to Chrome for Windows. iDownloadblog.com.
All right, now that definitely sounds exciting. So now finally, well, we won't talk about that, but I think that's important.
Retweet.
Hey, you know what? This might actually have an article. What if I want to read it? Well, all I have to do is hit right arrow. Oh.
Safari is launched in the background.
There we go. Okay, now it said Safari is launched in the background. I'm going to talk more about that in just a little bit. But what happens now if I
Zoom
go to
us.
Safari?
Finder. Safari. Apple is bringing iCloud keychain support to Chrome for Windows.
So now I can actually read the article that it linked to. And that is pretty nifty. And then when I'm done, if I do Command W...
Twitterific. At iBug today.
Oh, hey, cool.
Selected.
It closed out Safari. I'm totally cool with that. And let's see.
Safari.
Oh, wait a minute.
Apple is bringing up.
Nope, that did not work. I just alt-tabbed back to Safari. It's still open. Twitterific hijacks the Command W command wherever you are at in the Mac when you have it open for whatever reason. So you have to close things out either with Command Q or going to
Toolbar.
your toolbar and via left
close
arrowing
button.
to the close button. And
Safari has no window. Quit Safari. Twitterific.
okay, let's actually quit
iDownload
Safari. So something you do need to know about that if you use Command W. This is important because sometimes I'll actually have like say, TV going off in one of my Safari tabs. So I don't really want to close out Safari, but I want to read the article and close that particular window. And so I do find that a little bit of a source of frustration. Now, what is a little bit interesting is some of these commands I learned from searching the help documentation for Twitterific via Google. And it used to actually give me some of these. But let's say I forget Command E, Command R, or I don't like using that. I have other options with a tweet. Let's find another one.
Chance Miller. AAPL instantly drops 3% after TSLA misses on earnings. 9 meters.
Okay, that's nice. Now I can do a VO Shift M.
Menu.
And now I can down arrow.
Open discussion left arrow.
So notice it tells me a hotkey here, open discussion left arrow. So that is where I said if it has a thread, you can open it.
Open tweet Command Shift O.
Open tweet. If
Oscar.
you want to view the tweet on the web, this is where you would open a tweet.
Copy link to tweet.
Copy link to tweet. So I think this is where you can copy the link from the tweet if you want to paste it elsewhere, but you don't want to open a Safari window.
Copy tweet text Command Shift C.
This is useful if you want to copy the tweet text to your clipboard and paste it in a document or wherever.
Translate tweet Command Shift T.
Translate tweet if it's in a different language.
Message author command D.
If you want to send a direct message. Now, one thing, though, that you do need to know for direct messages is you have to be following each other.
Share tweet submenu.
Share tweet. This is an interesting thing. I guess if you want to share the tweet, for whatever reason, Apple gives you this option.
Muffle tweet submenu.
Muffle tweet.
Mute tweet submenu.
Mute tweet.
Report abuse.
Report abuse.
Open discussion left report mute, muffle
now,
tweet.
One thing I need to show you, though, that is a Big Sur bug, and you did not experience this, and will not if you have older operating systems, at least with Catalina.
Mute tweet submenu.
So let's go into this submenu.
Mute tweet submenu at Chance H. Miller. Twitter.com. Via TweetDeck. At Chance H. Miller.
All right, you know what? I want to get out of this menu. Oh, I can't. Now it's not talking to me at all. So to get, if you accidentally go to these submenus and it doesn't read,
Table.
you have to hit escape.
Select it.
And that'll take you back to your main Twitter feed. All right. Now, one other command that's useful to know is Command Shift R.
Refresh timeline.
And that will refresh your timeline. Twitter sometimes does not update automatically. And so that will fix that. And then you just do your command up.
9 to 5 toys. All new Age of Empires 2 expansion keeps a 21-year-old game alive.
And there you go. Now, what if I want to send a new tweet? Well, we do have some options here. So first of all, the very useful universal command for new with anything on the Mac is Command N.
Compose, tweet, dialogue, avatar, tweet, dialogue, avatar, button,
Okay,
tweet,
so,
dialogue, edit
okay,
text.
that's nice. VoiceOver can get very chatty. So right now, I can write in this field.
This is a test delete period. Space.
Now let's see,
Can cap I misspell.
You know what? I think I may have misspelled a word here because I'm getting this error sound. What if I want to fix that? Well, I can actually use my universal spell checker here. Let's do command semicolon.
Misspell.
Misspelled is misspelled. How do you like that? And then I can fix it by doing VO Shift M.
Menu. Misspell.
Oh, there's the one I want.
Misspell. Ignore spelling.
I guess I have a lot of different options
misspell.
here. I'll select the one that I think it wants.
Misspell.
Enter, and there you go.
Misspell.
I have spell check on Twitter.
Lima. Word space not if cap I fix them period.
Okay, this is a nonsensical tweet.
Attach photo button.
So let's VO write. I can attach a photo.
Emoji button.
And I can do emojis. I've never found this accessible on the Mac.
222 button.
222. All right, this is useful. This tells me how many characters I have left. Remember, you're stuck with 280 characters by default. It used to be 140, and then they changed that a couple years ago.
Tweet button. Tweet button.
Tweet, and there's my tweet button.
Tweet. Zoom. Dimmed button. Tweet. Avatar.
I can also
button.
via left.
Edit text insertion. Edit. This is a period. Space.
Okay.
This is a test. Can I misspell word test? Revert correction. T-E-S-S-T.
Oh, I think I misspelled something else on here. Excellent. Let's do our spell checker
Check
again.
document now.
Oh, nope.
T-S-T period.
So it's saying revert correction. It means that it called a misspelling mistake that it fixed. But if I don't like it, I could, revert back to the other way. Okay. So now I could VO space on that tweet button, but another useful command here is Command Enter.
Debug Today. Home. Window.
And there you go, that tweet sent. So that is how you do that. All right, last thing I just want to take a quick look at for you all is the menus. Most of the time you probably will not make use of them, but they are good to know. So let's do VOM.
Menu bar. Apple.
And of course, you're going to get your Apple menu. Let's right arrow here.
Twitterific.
Twitterific. So the important thing here is if you download
Twitterific. Menu. About Twitterific.
you can learn about Twitterific.
Preferences ellipsis command, comma.
That universal thing to know. Command comma for preferences, as you will find in most applications.
Services. Submenu. Hide Twitterific command. Hide others command option. Quit Twitterific command. Q. About Twitterific.
And we go back to the top of there. So your typical things that you'll find in any menu.
Tweet. Menu.
We've got a tweet menu here.
Compose command. N.
Now this is what
November.
tells me that the command N is for compose.
Reply command. R. Quote command shift. N.
So if
November.
I want to quote a tweet, it's command shift M.
Message author command. D.
So that's if I wanted to write a comment before sending out a retweet.
Retweet command. E.
That's how I
Echo.
learn my retweet command. So this is a great way to brush up on just some of your basic commands.
Like command. L.
Like, so if you
Lima.
want to like a tweet, command L.
Open tweet command shift. O. Open discussion. Open link. Open author command shift. U. Mute author.
Open author.
Open author command shift.
So what this does is that would take you to their profile.
Mute author.
Mute author.
Report tweet.
You can report a tweet.
Translate tweet command shift. T. Copy tweet text command shift. C. Open from link ellipsis command control. O. Open from clipboard command control. V.
So if you've
Victor.
pasted a tweet to your clipboard and I guess you want to open it that way.
Compose command. N.
And we're back to compose.
November.
So that's a great little cheat sheet built into the menu bar for a lot of your basic commands.
Edit menu.
This is a standard edit menu that you'll see in any document.
Timeline menu.
Timeline.
New timeline command. T. Refresh timeline command shift. R. Mark timeline as read command. K. Jump to marker command shift. J. Jump to last unread command. J. Find command. F. Show timeline, submenu. Next account option, tab. Previous account shift option, tab.
Now, option tab and option shift tab, I cannot get those to work. I don't know if it's because of VoiceOver or whatever, so I don't recommend. I mean, you can definitely try those, but don't be surprised if they do not work.
Select account, submenu.
You can also select account from the submenu. I just hit right arrow.
Select account, at herb, at 900, at debug today option, 1.
Oh, and this will also tell you which option is assigned to which account.
At Herbie_610 option, 2. At 986 Themix option, 3.
Remember those options I was showing you at the beginning of the video?
New timeline command, T. Refresh timeline, new select account, submenu,
And this
new
one does
time,
not get stuck in the submenus either. Now, isn't that interesting?
window, menu. Tile window to left of screen.
And then you got your windows. Okay,
Table.
so the last thing I want to show you here is preferences.
Preferences, window. Show and scroll to marker. Pop-up button.
Show and scroll to markers. So this is where you can have a little bit of syncing with Twitterific and on your phone and Mac if they are on the same iCloud account.
Sync reading position. Toolbar, sync reading position.
And I just via left to go to the beginning of this. So sync reading position.
Show and scroll to sync your current reading position across platforms and devices using iCloud.
And then via right takes me to the option, then via right again gives me the explanation.
Automatically refresh timelines, checked, checkbox. Keep timelines pinned to top, unchecked, checkbox.
So you can have multiple timelines. It's, again, not something I really make use of, so I'm not going to try to give you a detailed explanation here, but you could have certain individual timelines showing if you want.
Trending topics.
Trending topics. So one of the things on Twitter is you can have topics that are trending that you can follow without actually following the individual account.
Global. Pop-up button. Choose the type of Twitter trends you want to see in the search tab.
And you can use the search tab to find the trending topics.
Media audio level. 50% volume. Pop-up button. Play sound effects for actions. Checked. Checkbox.
Play sound effects for actions. This can be useful because that'll tell you that something's been done.
Set the volume for video playback in the media viewer and control user interface sound effects. Set the volume for video play.
So this controls the level of any videos that might play within Twitter and the sound effects. I have mine set to 50. I do not recall if that was the default or not.
Play media audio level. 50% volume. Menu checkmark. Full volume. Muted. 25% volume. Checkmark. 50% volume. Full volume. 50%.
And I've got options for muted, 25%, 50, or full, so you can decide what works best for you. And you just hit VO space on the one you want.
Meet to globe trending top. Keeps automatically sync. Show and sync reading position. Toolbar.
I'm going to interact.
In toolbar. 5 accounts button.
And I'm going to VO space on accounts.
On web toolbar. Accounts. Table. At debug today. Selected.
So now I can see the different accounts I have in here again.
At Herbie _ at 986 Themix.
And let's go back to iBug Today, and I'm going to VO right.
Select the notifications you'd like to receive for the selected account. New mentions, checked, checkbox. New direct messages, checked. Open system preferences, button. The notifications panel in system preferences can be used to control the presentation of the alerts. Clear cache, button. Use the clear cache button if an account is experiencing difficulties. Add an account, button. Remove selected account, button. Add an account.
Yes, and add an account. An important thing, this is where you would go to add an account. I don't recall if there is a global hotkey for that, but you could always Google that.
You click the open new direct message, new mention, select the accounts, table, at debug today.
Okay, let's
Selected,
go back to our toolbar.
Into accounts, button, muffles, button.
Muffles, this is where you can mute notifications. I'm really not going to go into that.
Appearance, button.
Appearance, this is for low vision people. If you need to do some adjusting with how it looks visually or for sighted users.
Advanced, button.
Advanced. There are a couple of things in here that you may find interesting. So let's VO space on advanced to select it.
Up to hide and show windows. Record a custom key combination for quick access to Twitterific's windows from anywhere on the desktop. Show icon in menu bar, checked, checkbox. The menu bar icon provides quick access and indicates when new tweets arrive. Presentation. Open links and background, checked, checkbox.
Okay, open links and background. So this is the one that you're probably going to use the most. So there are two ways it can have display links. So notice I had to Alt-Tab to my Safari. If I had this unchecked, when I open a link, it's going to bring up Safari and immediately take me to that window. So I will actually uncheck this so I can show you in real time what I mean. But this is a matter of personal preference, because maybe you want to open several articles and then come back to them after you're done looking at Twitter, or maybe you want to read the article right away, so that might depend on how you have links open.
Hold down Command to temporarily switch behavior when opening links.
And you can use your Command key to change the behavior on the go.
Open popovers as detached windows. Checked. Checkbox.
Open popovers as detached windows. Not quite sure what that is.
Open knowledge base button.
Open knowledge base. This will give you some more information.
Other options, like running Twitterific without a doc icon, are documented on our support site.
And I will just tell you that that involves some terminal commands right there. So unless you're good with the terminal, which I am not, then yeah.
Turbo, unchecked. This application was made possible with the generous support of our Kicks. This application.
And that's it. When we're done with our changes, we will just do Command W.
Zoom us. Zoom meeting.
To close
Twitterific.
our...
Turbo. Other.
That will not work again. Oh, that's right. I forget to...
Close.
We have
button.
to VO left all the way to close.
I bug today. Home.
So
9
let's
to 5
see.
toys.
Let's find something
Selected.
link.
The Verd. 9 to 5 toys. 9 to 5 toys. Score 2 dual outlet Maris HomeKit smart plugs for $26.
So remember I had to Alt-Tab to Safari earlier when I opened the link. So now I'm going to hit right arrow.
Score 2 dual outlet Maris HomeKit smart plugs for $26. Score 2 dual out. Switch navigation.
And now I'm just automatically in Safari. So again, it's a matter of preference and what works best for you.
Quit Safari. Twitterific.
So that is
select
iBug Twitter account there. No, I'm getting confused because VoiceOver talking. That is Twitterific on the Mac. If you have any questions, you can find me, of course, right here on YouTube. Just leave a comment. You can also follow me on Twitter at Herbie_610. That's HERBIE_610. And follow us on iBug Today at IBUGTODAY for more information on the events that we have and Apple-related material.
Zoom us. Zoom us. Zoom meeting.